everybody. Welcome to this week's edition of Clear Tai Chi Mastermind Group. And with us today is Greg Nolmeyer in Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Hello.
And Art Don in Washington, D.C. area.
Hi, everyone.
And it keeps shifting around what the order is here for some reason. And then Harry Legg in Verona, New Jersey, right there next door to New York City.
Hello, hello, hello.
And Forrest of Nemea, who is in, what's the name of the town?
Hey guys, Delaware, Ohio, and Columbus, Ohio.
Columbus, Ohio, yep. And then Matt Holker, who's here in Maryville, Tennessee, outside of Knoxville.
Hey, everybody. Glad to be here.
And, of course, yours truly. Okay. So today what I'm going to talk to you guys about is 4 levels of Chi. When I was in Orlando last weekend with Chad Bailey at his camp and Daniel, Daniel had hit on a certain kind of an energetic that was pretty powerful, and he was using some sneaky step with it. But on its own, it was a pretty powerful juice when you're getting in there. And I could tell from it that if I just went to a different mode, I call it a different, if I'm turning the channel, that was one channel, and I just went to a different channel, and that there would be a channel that when I hit it the right way, that channel would overtake that particular energy, that particular way of doing things. And of course, I just started flipping through channels, and then I hit one, and he literally, I wasn't pushing him any more than I was the entire time. And I went from not pushing him. I hit that channel, and he shot off me like he got shot off me. I mean, he almost went through hit the wall and went through the wall. It was fairly explosive. And when I did that, it hit me that he was doing a specific kind of an energetic, a specific level, for lack of a better way to put this, or a specific depth of Chi. And when I say this, the surface of the skin or the surface of the body has a Wei Chi field, and that's Chi at that level. And it's the Wei Chi field is where we're normally doing Fa Gong. Sometimes we're going to another field that's out there, that kind of Qigong. And then there's other kinds of Chi or levels and kinds of Chi in the body, like the Chi that's in the bone marrow is another depth or level of Chi, right? And different than the Wei Chi level. All right. And so with this, I realized there were some other things going on there. And I went and asked Chad, and I know that there are different labels in Chinese culture and medicine for Chi. There's this kind of Chi, that kind of Chi, the other kind of Chi. And I asked him if there was a book that he would recommend that talks about the different kinds of Chi and where it's labeling them to some degree or designating them and that kind of thing. And he said, well, one of the things that there is some writing on in Chinese medicine is the 4 levels of Chi. And the 4 levels of Chi are Wei Chi, that surface of the skin, what's called the Chi, what they normally think about, which is actually meridian level Chi, which is so you go just below the skin into the fascia and run the fascia through it runs through the whole body. There is that kind of Chi, and it's meridian Chi is like when you say Chi in a general term for in the body, usually that's the one being referred to. Then there's a Chi that's deeper than that, and that's another level in, and that Chi is Ying Chi, or the nutritive level of Chi is how it's normally written. And then last but not least on that, there's 4 of these, is Zhu or Shu, or I don't pronounce it right. And that's bone marrow and blood, usually said as blood and bone marrow, but if you thought blood like the circulation system for blood, the veins and stuff, that's the Chi meridian level Chi. I'm sorry, it's the Yin Chi, the nutritive level, not the last one I'm talking about. So I put bone marrow first, and then it extends out to where the bone marrow produces the blood to the body. But then right above that one is the Yin Chi, this nutritive level. And then as you come further out from the body on the inside, Then you get the meridian chi, which is much closer to the surface. And then after that, you get the wei chi, which is out here, off the body like that, and, out from the body, anywhere from that, depending on the person, maybe even as big as a 8 to 12 inches out, maybe more, depending on on the level of the practitioner and that, or the youth and the health of the person and that kind of. Anyways, with these 4 levels, you want to be able to use your ting, your ability to sense and feel each of the 4 levels of chi, and also the E, the ability to manipulate the chi at each of those levels, both in yourself and in someone else. And when you're doing this, you have to work on them one at a time. You'll have to feel like the one we do a lot is on the wei chi. We also have in our curriculum in level 2 where you feel into the bone marrow and actually make sure that you're in there. And then with the Uncle Bill method, you're feeling at the level of meridian chi primarily. And then you want to be able to get the yang chi, the nutritive level as well, and do stuff with that. You do one at a time. You also try to feel if there's on that level of chi, is there movement or stagnation? What kind of volume? If it's moving, how fast or slow does it move? You're also, you want to be able to do your own 4 levels, and you also want to be able to feel and perceive, can the other person feel their own 4 levels of chi, right? And so if somebody can't feel one of those levels, and I can get in there on a push hands thing and work at that level, they can't stop me because they can't even feel the level, right? So what they can't feel or even relate to mentally, they can't do anything about that level. So as soon as the touch is acquired, whether they touch me or I touch them, I basically go towards that level. Now, of course, you would think that bone marrow would be the one that would be the easiest to do that with, but sometimes people in training, if they've been training, can feel that one, but then they won't be able to feel yang chi, or they won't be able to feel yang chi enough to differentiate it, and then they can't control with their E that level. They can't properly tune into it, and as they're trying to, you already have done whatever you're doing. So that's giving you some idea on it. Are there questions? And I've got other things to tell you about it. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, I have questions. There are many, and mostly probably because I want to stand across from you and feel
Sure.
with this. It's not too hard for me to tune into wei chi. It's not too hard for me to tune into bone marrow.
Yeah.
The meridians I tune into, I don't feel like I can grab them, but there's an energy just below that, what I'm guessing is the yin, which is where we would sort of when we talk about capturing something sometimes if we're not doing fascia or bone marrow.
So if you're doing the Uncle Bill version, do you feel like you're tapped into that one, or the one the one that comes from the Dong family there, where you're feeling the feet on the floor and you're taking the lead? Is this the one you're talking about, or is it different than that one?
And now, a word from our sponsor.
The internal power that comes at the higher levels of Tai Chi can seem mysterious, but that is mostly because Tai Chi students don't see the big picture yet. They don't even understand what the higher levels of the art are, much less have a plan to get there. Even though the senior masters mostly agree on what the steps are, they mostly don't talk about it. On the TaiChiRoadmap.com, I outline all of the steps of Tai Chi development. Everything is explained so you know what to do, when to do it, and why. This is the complete roadmap to Tai Chi mastery with an explanation of all the steps from rank beginner to senior master. Again, that is a free course that you can access online. Go to TaiChiRoadmap.com to sign up. That's TaiChiRoadmap.com.